All right, this just in. The Raptors aren't going to win every single game. What's going on, everyone? Luca Rosano here, back with another video, and I wanted to just give you some of my thoughts after watching Sixers-Raptors preseason game number 2, and yeah, just want to dive right into it. Before we do that, guys, please do me a solid favor, drop a like on the video, sub to the channel if you are new, plus ring the bell. I'm going to be doing these post-game videos, if you will, for the Raptors and maybe even other NBA teams as we get more into the NBA season. But as far as this game goes, yeah, the Raptors didn't look good. I mean, they looked sloppy. The Philadelphia 76ers torched them from three-point range. I mean, the Raptors defense was lacking in this one. They weren't defending the three well at all. I mean, Philadelphia hit 18 three-pointers in this game, almost hit 20. But here's the deal, guys. You can look at this game. You're going to obviously have a bunch of overreactions. Let me remind everybody, it is the preseason. The Raptors were without a couple of players. Obviously, Siakam, Boucher, they're going to be out at the start of the season. Yuta didn't play in this game, and obviously Ken Birch was out as well. So let's cut him a little bit of slack, okay? The world's not ending. You know, the sky isn't falling. The Raptors are going to have growing pains this season. But I will say this. And shout out to Tim if he's watching this, because he did bring this up in the live stream, which is a very interesting point. Yes, it's just the preseason, but you could tell or you could see that the Raptors might have some scoring problems, might have some scoring issues during the season. And we saw so many times last year. And let's be real, there is going to be many points in this upcoming season where the Raptors are going to be stagnant offensively. I am concerned at the start of the season with the Raptors missing Siakam and Chris Boucher. How is this team going to respond offensively when teams make a run and the Raptors need a bucket and their offense is sputtering? Who is going to step up and who is going to give the Raptors that much needed offensive power? I mean, you look at a guy like Fred VanVleet, can he be that consistent 20-plus point scorer? Another guy I look at is Gary Trent Jr. Can he be a guy that you can consistently rely on? I mean, Gary Trent Jr., we know he's a very streaky scorer. He's either going to make 5 in a row or maybe miss 5 in a row. I want to see more of a consistent Gary Trent Jr., and I'm interested to see what he does now for the Raptors this season, knowing that he has a full season and he is going to have an increase in workload. And another guy who so far I've been very impressed with through the first 2 games of this preseason, and a guy who I think needs to take that next step with his offensive game, and a guy who the Raptors are going to have to rely on early on in the season with Siakam and Boucher, is OG Anunoby. He looks poised to take another leap. And this could very well be the breakout season for OG Anunoby that many people are expecting. You look at OG, he looks so comfortable out there, a lot more comfortable than he did last season. Just his body language seems a little different. Looks like he lost a little bit of weight. His dribbling much more controlled. The fadeaways, you know, the three-point shot. OG Anunoby has an offensive arsenal to his game. And if he can consistently put forth that offensive display for this Raptors team, that is just going to be an added bonus to what OG brings to the table for the Raptors. OG Anunoby, we've all talked about this guy, and if he can, you know, hit that potential with his offense and hit that stride, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to prove to everybody that he can be that offensive player, because he is going to have an increase in responsibility offensively. And we saw him tonight. When he gets locked in and zoned in, OG is a guy who can do a lot of good things on the offensive end. We know how good he is already defensively. So if OG can put it together and continues to make the strides offensively that we have seen, OG Anunoby's going to make another leap this season, guys. And he could very well break out. And, you know, hopefully OG Anunoby can also be that secondary playmaker alongside of Fred VanVleet, who I got to see more from him. And again, I know it's just the preseason, but, you know, Fred VanVleet, this guy is going to have big responsibility as well. Can he be that consistent Fred? Can he be that guy that can shoot the lights out and put up a 30-piece on more nights than none? So there's going to be a lot of responsibility on Raptors players' shoulders early on in the season with Siakam, with the Chris Boucher, because that's a lot of offense off the table. And yeah, when you play teams that like to go up and down, and when you play teams that can hit the three ball, you're going to have to respond and you're going to have to keep up. So we'll see what happens with that. But going back to OG, yeah, I think this is the year that he breaks out and he makes another leap in his career. He's gone up every year statistically, and there's going to be a whole nother layer of responsibility on OG, as there's going to be for Fred and Siakam, obviously in this post-Kyle Lowry era. But OG, I'm looking at you, man. I think this guy can be a consistent 20-plus point scorer. I said it. I think he can. And if he can do that for this team, that is going to be huge going forward. So, yeah, Raptors, listen, this is the opportunity for them to get messy, to shake off the cobwebs, to not look good. You want that to happen here. This is preseason. Nothing's going to be perfect. So, this is the time when Nick Nurse is going to experiment with different lineups, and you're going to see the Raptors do things to try things out. But going into the season, there is going to be growing pains. There is going to be, those moments that come up that are going to be things that the Raptors have to overcome. So one thing I'll say going into the season, and to kind of cap off this video, is be patient. Be patient with this group, because you're going to hear the word developmental a lot. This is a big year for guys to take that next step, but this is also a developmental year for other guys who are just coming into the fold. Guys like Malachi Flynn, guys like Scotty Barnes. So we got to be patient collectively. But yeah, all in all, again, you like what you see from certain guys on this team. And yeah, just looking at the bench here quickly too, Svi Mikhailuk, I think this guy's going to be a deadly sharpshooter for the Raptors. He was a big pickup for them. And Champagnie, I mean, another solid outing from off the bench. You hope that he makes the roster. And this is going to be now a crucial, important last couple of preseason games for guys like Champagnie, Banton, Bonga, a Gillespie, who is struggling right now, a Reggie Perry. These are all guys vying for, final roster spots and playing time. So look out for those guys to, make the most out of the minutes that they are given from Nick Nurse over the next couple of preseason games. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. That's my 2 cents on tonight's game. The Raptors do lose against the Philadelphia 76ers. But, yeah, some bright spots in all this, and one of the biggest, OG Anunoby, once again, having himself a nice game. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Drop a like on this video if you want to see more. Sub to the channel if you are new. Plus, ring the bell. Consider becoming a channel member today if you do want to help this channel. Go and follow me on social media if you want to keep it locked and loaded. And, yeah, I will catch you all again in the next one. I'll probably be going live again on Saturday for that preseason game against the Celtics, so be on the lookout for that. That's it for me, everybody. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll catch you all again in the next video. This is Luca Rosano signing off. Peace out.